and welcome to Be My Guest, the program which brings you successful stories of entrepreneurs and organizations in both domestic and international arenas. I'm Surosha Ratanapian. And in this episode of Be My Guest, I'm talking to you about a project to support the learning process of Kasesa students and also people in the public through 24/7 learning center that is called KU Too Fast to Sleep. It underlies the concept of from green to happiness. So today we are talking to a professor of Kasesa University to learn more on how students can create their happiness while they enjoy themselves through the space and activities here at Too Fast to Sleep. At Too Fast to Sleep at Kasesa University, and I'm at Assistant Professor Dr. Visit Lim Sombunchai, the Acting Assistant to the President for Strategic Development and Organization Communication, Kasesa University. Swadika.
Swadika.
So first of all, Dan, could you introduce yourself a bit to our fans and be my guest?
I'm Assistant Professor Visit Lim Sombunchai. Now I'm a lecturer at Faculty of Economics, and I'm take care of the Access Department of Kasesa University.
I see. Okay. Talking about the starting point of this place, this place is Too Fast to Sleep at Kasesa University. What was the starting point of this?
It's a very long story. Let me tell you that nowadays the lifestyle of the student have been changed from time to time. So nowadays they love to work at night. They want to have a place for discussion or doing their homework at night time. So the university try to respond to the student need. So we need a place that the student can be work together at night for, let's say, for 24 hours. Previously, before we have Too Fast to Sleep, we also have a project called KU Night Eat and Read. We change our canteen to be a study room, a very huge study room. The student can use the canteen as a study room for 24 hours, but that project is for during the exam period only. That's why we try to have some specific place for them that they can use for 24 hours.
I see. Okay. Now, regarding the background of Too Fast to Sleep at Kasesa University, so what is its background?
This project have initiated 4 or 5 years ago, and this building had been designed to be a study place, to be a community area for the student. But unfortunately, because of the university short of the budget to set up this place. Therefore, we try to find a colleague or partner to build up this place, and we find Too Fast to Sleep at Siam Square, and we talked to Kun Anek Jongsathien, who is the founder of Too Fast to Sleep, and finally we agree to have Too Fast to Sleep at KU. And because of this project is something like a social enterprise, so the university didn't get a lot of money from Too Fast to Sleep. We try to make it as a project for the student to have a study room, study area, and which is a very safe place for them. As you can see that the light here is very light, and we have all the facility here. We have food, drink, beverage. We have internet here, so the student can access internet for 24 hours.
I see.
And they can come anytime they want, and they can make a discussion. They can eat and enjoy their lifestyle together.
I see. Okay. And regarding the differences or similarities between Too Fast to Sleep here and Too Fast to Sleep, in Siam. So, what are the differences or similarities?
The similarity should be this place open for everyone, not just for the KU student. for, let's say you can come anytime you want, because we are open for the people who stay around the university as well. That should be the similarity, and we overlap it 24 hours. This is the similarities. And but the difference is the size. KU too fast to sleep. I should say that it should be bigger than Siam Square 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
And we have some specific zone. Let's say we call it KU and friend zone that you can get in, but you have to come with KU staff or KU student to get in this specific zone.
I see.
And we will also have something called KU outlet, where it is a shop that will sell the KU product.
I see.
I would say that the KU product is mainly good products, mainly are food that clean and safe food.
I see.
So this should be a little bit different from Siam Square, because Siam Square will provide only reading areas or study area only.
I
But
see.
we have some shop, we have a specific zone for the KU student and friend.
I see. Okay. So when was the first stage that Too Fast to Sleep Kasetsat University occur?
Too Fast to Sleep have been opened on 8th of August, and it will expand. What should I say? Because now we have only one zone that we call it library zone, and outside we also have Too Fast food that will serve for 24 hours as well. You can come here to have a chicken rice or chicken noodle for 24 hours.
I see.
And for the other food, you may have to come during the daytime, because we only have 2 menus that serve for 24 hours. And the price is affordable because it's 40 baht only. So the student may think that, Too Fast is really huge, really nice food, and beverage here
Must
maybe
be expensive.
but it's not, because 40 baht you can have
I
chicken
see.
rice or chicken noodle here.
Okay, so that means currently the phase or the zone that you are opening right now is this one, Too Fast to Sleep library and also the food there.
Yes.
Now, what about in the future when everything is complete? So how many zones are there?
We supposed to have 4 different zones in this area. The first zone is library here. The second should be the second floor. We call it to KU and friends zone.
I see.
That you have to come with KU staff or KU student to enter that zone. And we have KU outlet on the next building, and we have Too Fast food on the next building as well. And we also have a private zone. The private zone is maybe different from the library, because the library you may not to pay anything. You can come to use free of charge. But for the private zone, you may have to come with friends, let's say 6 or 8 people, and you need to buy some drink to use the private room for 3 hours. But I think the price is reasonable.
Okay. So that means there is some rental and also fee as well in using private zone.
Yes.
I see.
But for the library zone, it's free. The staff at the counter will not get to the student or to the customer when they use this zone.
I see.
If you want to buy a drink or food, you have to go to them to get the drink or food that you want.
Okay,
But
so
they
it's
won't-
do it yourself.
They won't interrupt you,
I see.
because the purpose of this zone is not for selling, not for the make, not for to make money, not to make money. So
Okay.
if you want anything, you go to the counter
I
to
see.
get the service.
I see. And then when we are standing here, so this room, this area is quite large. So I'm wondering right now about how many people they can fit.
How many people?
Yeah, or capacity of this area.
Because if you look at this zone, I think for this zone we can serve about 200 or 300 students at one time.
I see.
But for the whole project, we think that we could serve for, let's say, thousands of students here.
Wow.
Or more than that. It's
I
supposed to be more than that, because because of the area is about 2,400 square meters. That's a very huge.
Okay. And from my observation here, students here, or readers or who participate here, they are quite relaxing. They are very chill in a way. So, but you call this zone a library zone. So, could you compare it? When you talk about Too Fast to Sleep, it says that university and the library. So, how different are they?
It's a very big difference. Because as I mentioned earlier, we have the project called K Unite Eat and Read, where we open the library 24 hours for the student to do the reading during the exam period. The problem that we face is that the student cannot make a discussion, because when you work in the library, you can't make noise, or you should control your voice or the noise level, and you cannot eat or you cannot bring food and drink are not allowed in the library. But different here, because you can see that the student can make a discussion. You can, of course, you can make a noise, but you have to be careful to interrupt the other customer as well. But in here, you can have your drink. You can have coffee or waters. So it's very big difference. Because the library, you can make noise. You can, and you cannot. Food are not allowed. But here, you feel free. You can sometimes, if you feel sleepy, you can take a nap for a short period. I would say a short period, not for
a long
time.
period.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is not a sleeping place.
Yes, not a sleeping place.
Okay, actually,
yes.
but then students can talk, can chat, and also they can work with their friends as well here. So it's kind of a co-working space.
Yeah, we call it co-working space, because you can come and do whatever you want, that not disturb any other person.
So it's not only for a personal reading space, but actually you can talk and you can also work with your friends as well.
As I mentioned earlier, because this place is open for everyone, so you can see that during the daytime, you will see the student. When you come here again in the evening, you will see parents with their children.
I see.
And if you come at night, the customer will change from time to time. Because at night, you will see some like a governmental officer, they come to have dinner or chat here or discussion, or enjoy their lifestyle here.
Or even people who are living around here, they can drive and then they can pop up in order to read and work here.
Sure.
I see, okay. But for now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back. We learn more about its contribution to the society as a whole, and also how Too Fast to Sleep Kasetsart University corresponds with Kasetsart University policy. So please stay tuned. Be my guest.
In my opinion, Too Fast to Sleep in Kasetsart University is a really good project, because in exam period, many students in many faculties, we have to find places to gather together and tutor each other. And the place which is convenient for them is not too many. But most of the time, people will stay at a college or university to gather together in a group to teach each other. And Too Fast to Sleep is a perfect place for them to gather together, because they have beverage, they have food to support students when they are in group together, so that they don't have to travel from other places to other places. They can still stay at the university to still learning and study together.